Hello and welcome. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thank you for joining us. Breaking news at noon. 5 people are dead after an air conditioning issue in a Hollywood, Florida nursing home. According to the Hollywood mayor, 3 people died at the facility while 2 others died at the hospital. Everyone at the nursing home has since been evacuated. Now you're looking at video of that evacuation. The facility is right next door to a hospital, so they were able to get those patients to the hospital quickly. Right now, Hollywood police and fire are still on the scene. Officials with the nursing home say that an AC fuse popped out during the storm. They say they have been calling for days to try and get that fuse popped back in, and that fuse is what is responsible for the AC to cool and work. And many Floridians are returning to the state today after evacuating ahead of Hurricane Irma. More gas stations now have fuel, but many are concerned about traffic. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from an area off of I-75 to share what evacuees can expect as they travel back home. Good afternoon, Erica.
Good afternoon, Jacqueline. I'm at a gas station just off I-75 east of the interstate on University Parkway. And just the other day, Governor Rick Scott asked Floridians that plan to return back to the state to delay their return as much as possible because of potential traffic and gas concerns. And it looks like for the most part they're listening. I just spoke to a few drivers that just exited off I-75 onto University, and they say traffic isn't too bad around our area at this time. We also spoke to some locals who are staying up north for a few extra days until gas is replenished and emergency responders from around the country are able to get back into the state. Although there's no backup on the interstate in our area right now, those who have traveled home in the last day say it took an extra 3 to 6 hours to get back to the Suncoast. They say a lot of that traffic is on I-75, a lot of congestion around the Georgia and Florida border. So if you plan to head home, you have family that's heading back to this area, they can expect traffic around that area. One evacuee we spoke to is now back in Sarasota. He's still avoiding the interstate, even though traffic looks a lot better today than what he experienced yesterday.
It's not as bad as it was yesterday. I think everybody that is coming home pretty much are back now. I mean, it was pretty much clogged up yesterday pretty good. Nobody's getting off the interstates to get gas anymore, so because everybody's starting to get a little bit of gas out here. But 2 days ago, there was zero gas.
And a lot of those drivers who are delaying their return to the Suncoast say it's because they're concerned about a lack of gas throughout Florida and in our area. But just to give you an idea, this gas station, I'm at the Mobile off University Parkway east of I-75. At this time yesterday, there was no fuel here, and they've since restocked, so there is some hope. AAA says the priority will be delivering gas to stations just off the interstate, but AAA also says you can expect longer lines there. Reporting live in Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Right, thank you so much, Erica. As she mentioned, those evacuees are returning by the hundreds to the state, despite Governor Rick Scott's recommendations to stay put. More than 6 million people were told to evacuate Florida, making it possibly one of the largest evacuations in U.S. history. Those coming back can expect heavy traffic and very little supply of gas, but for many, they just want to get back home, check the condition of their homes, and start the process of getting things back to normal. And speaking of traffic, let's take a look at our first alert traffic maps. It looks like in Manatee County, if you're heading over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, looks like there is pretty clear throughout that area. And if we head into Manatee County, looking like there are some intermittent slowdowns throughout the area, but nothing to really be concerned about. And as we head into Sarasota County, some slowdowns on 41 heading north and southbound, also on Bee Ridge and Fruitvale heading towards the interstate. And as we head into South County, pretty quiet as well throughout that area. Now, if you know someone who is evacuated and is coming back to Florida this week, there are concerns about I-75 in Alachua County between Gainesville and Lake City. Right now, the road is safe and passable, but the Santa Fe River is rapidly rising and has gone up 15 feet in the past 36 hours. Should that river rise over the interstate, the road will be shut down, crippling north and southbound travel. Again, now it is open and passable, but there is a concern there could be significant delays Thursday evening throughout Saturday. This would also have a ripple effect on other alternate routes in that area, and we will continue to keep you updated. And as Erica previously mentioned earlier, gas is still scarce in our area. Open gas stations are still a rare sight around the Suncoast. Some are finally getting fuel back, but only have a limited supply. And unfortunately, it could take up to a week for supplies to return back to normal. Suppliers are prioritizing gas stations near major evacuation routes, but drivers will likely find long lines if they head to those ones. AAA says you'll have the best luck finding gas at a station that's not located along a major highway.
It's not going to be too much an issue for us. We have a couple cars and a boat, and so we filled up the boat as well, and we can siphon gas out of the boat to put in the cars if we need to.
Port Manatee staff say they never closed ahead of Irma, but they must pass an inspection by the U.S. Coast Guard before gas companies can get fuel and deliver it to Suncoast stations. A serious warning this morning for people who live near the Myakka River in Venice. You could see more flooding on top of the homes that were already flooded just a few weeks ago. The Sarasota Sheriff's Office took a helicopter ride to survey the rising water on the Myakka State Park at Hidden River. Homeowners near Myakka are being asked to take precautions. Meanwhile, there's also new video from the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. This video is taken from the Sheriff's Air One showing the flooding near Price and Raintree Boulevards in Northport. Some homes are surrounded by water, but it does not appear to be going into any houses, which is some good news for some folks throughout that area.
Yeah, you're not kidding. That video right there is caused by some rapid water flowing down the Myakkahatchee River down in near Northport, and then trying to funnel into the Myakka, which is getting full. But there's some better news today. The Myakka River forecasts from the Hydrological Center are showing smaller rises, and so it's going to be maybe a foot less of water cresting than had been previously thought 24 hours ago, which is great news.
Yeah.
And of course, the precautionary issues with folks in areas of hidden rivers also seems to be a little bit better today. You know, that was all precautionary anyway, just in case scenarios, you know, but that's looking pretty good. So all in all, I think the worst of the flooding across the region right now might be occurring in Hardy County, where they're seeing some water in a trailer park there that is really already in homes. So
wow.
Yeah, it's not good news there. Yeah. But for us, the good news is that we don't get any rainfall today, so maybe a little bit of a chance to dry out, which was something we could certainly all use. This is the Van Wezel webcam put into motion. You can see a little fair weather cloudiness. That's really about it. Other than that, I don't see much of a chance here today for any kind of shower activity, maybe an isolated shower, but that would be really just about it. Of course, we have another storm system we're continuing to monitor about 1,000 miles out into the Atlantic waters. That's Jose. We'll give you a full report on that coming up in a few. We have some showers way out in the Gulf waters, but I don't think that's going to be a big bother to us. We'll detail those on radar for you, too. But the forecast for today calls for a little bit warmer conditions. I think yesterday we were way cooler than average, coming in at about 86 degrees. That's 3 or 4 degrees below average for this time of year. Today, I think, we're going to whittle away at that low temperature and add maybe 2 or 3 degrees onto it, getting us closer to the seasonable average, which is 89. We'll have that complete forecast in just a minute.
All right, thank you so much, John. We will check back in with you shortly. Tens of thousands of Suncoast residents are still in the dark this afternoon, as some traffic lights are also without power, leading to accidents and dangerous close calls at some of the busiest intersections across the Suncoast. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live with more on how Florida Power and Light are making efforts known this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jacqueline. Unfortunately, the sight you're seeing behind me, the dark traffic lights, are still a very common sight across the Suncoast, even 3 days after Hurricane Irma tore through our area. But a lot of law enforcement agencies have these temporary stop signs up at these intersections, but unfortunately not all of them have the stop signs. Regardless, when you come to an intersection without the traffic lights that are working, you're being asked to treat it like a four-way stop. If you don't know what to do, here it is. First, come to a complete stop at any and all of these non-working signals. Then the driver who arrived first should go first. If two drivers stopped next to one another at the same time, the driver on the right has the right-of-way. If drivers stop across from one another at the same time, the driver going straight through the intersections has the right-of-way. Now, if you think it's your turn, creep forward slowly. If no one else moves, go ahead and proceed through the light. Now, of course, scan traffic and be vigilant as you move through the intersection. Sarasota Police Department has already responded to several accidents because of these non-working traffic lights.
But I know they're kind of coming and going as power is slowly but surely getting restored. And so, we just want to encourage drivers as you start to get back into that normal routine post-hurricane, just make sure to be very mindful and very cautious while you're on the road. Make sure that you keep an eye out for traffic lights that aren't working, and don't be distracted. Don't be on your cell phone.
Now, here are the latest power outage numbers this morning. As of 11 a.m., Sarasota County still with 84,000 power outages, and Manatee County with another 58,000. That number is actually a little higher than it was earlier today. Now, FPL obviously working as hard as it can to get all of the power restored, but at this point they aren't sure when they'll be able to do that. They're hoping by September 22nd at the latest. Jacqueline.
Thank you so much, Jess. Now, students on the Suncoast will not be returning to class this week. Both the Sarasota County School District and the Manatee County School District have announced that schools will be closed for the rest of the week. Part of the reason is because a lot of the schools are still without power, and also schools served as shelters throughout the storm, and there is still some cleanup to be done across campuses. And speaking of schools, today the superintendent of schools in Manatee County is answering questions about our schools and Irma damage. Dr. Diana Green is holding a question and answer session in Mills Elementary School in Palmetto. That's where we find Janelle Ford, who joins us live from the school with the latest. Good morning.
Good morning. Virgil Mills was one of 24 schools in Manatee County School District that served as a shelter during Hurricane Irma. Now, the superintendent tells me that they housed more than 25,000 evacuees, and right now they're deep in the cleanup process. If you take a look behind me, you can see these trash bags that they filled just today of the mess that was left behind from those evacuees. Now, the plan is to be ready for students to return back to class on Monday, and they've got a lot of work to do. Now, thankfully, district leaders say they didn't have much physical damage on the district as a whole. The main issue right now is that, as you said, many schools still don't have power, so those high-powered machines they need to do a real deep cleaning can't be used. At the shelters across the district, they weren't turning people or their animals away, so you can only imagine what's been left behind after the storm. Now, in some of the schools not used as shelters, food spoiled, so custodians and volunteers had to go in and clean those out as well. But despite these challenges, the overall demeanor of district leaders here is optimistic.
Today for me is the first day that I can really start to get some level of comfort, if I want to use that word, because we're able to, more people are coming back to work. They're starting to deal with their personal challenges, and we're very thankful because realize that it's not just a school district challenge, it's a community challenge.
Now, the district says that the community has really pulled together to get this place up and running. They say although they know that they have a lot of work to do between today and Monday, they're confident school will be back in session and running as normal by Monday. Reporting live here in Manatee County, Janelle Ford, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Janelle. She was in Mills Elementary in Palmetto. Now, just into our newsroom, water service is now restored to Manasota Key, but before you drink or cook with it, you'll need to boil that water first. The Englewood Water District issued the boil water advisory as a precaution. Now, it will remain in effect until the water is tested and determined to be safe to drink. So once again, a boil water notice is in effect for Manasota Key until further notice. We also want to mention that the boil water advisory for the city of Venice has been lifted, but some areas are under a boil water advisory. There's a full list of all that information on our website at mysuncoast.com. And remember, back here on the Suncoast, we've also been approved for a disaster declaration. So important, it means that residents can apply for federal disaster assistance. You can sign up now for help at disasterassistance.gov. Again, disasterassistance.gov. There's also a link on our website with more information on how you can apply. Just head over to mysuncoast.com. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, there's trash piling up as far as the eye can see. We'll tell you what to do with it and how. Plus, the cost of Irma is adding up to the millions. How is the entire state coping with that damage? We'll have that when we come back.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
For your plumbing and electrical or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Okay, so here are the numbers for the Peace River near Zolfo Springs, 23.85, and you're pretty much crested there. The water is slowly going down. Actually, it's going down pretty quickly. It just probably seems to you like it's going very slowly. It'll be going down below flood stage, in fact, below critical flood stages as we head into later today and into tomorrow particularly. I know you've got a lot of people have standing water around their homes and are having big issues there, but this is good news. The water levels are on their way down and there's no more rain coming, so good news there. This is for the Myakka River near the Myakka State Park. And this is good news, too, not only for those residents around the Myakka State Park with the berm issue, the berm near Hidden Rivers, but also downstream where the Myakkahatchee kind of flows in, because the forecast crest is about a foot less than it was 24 hours ago, a little less than a foot. So that's great news. It's coming in at about 10.5, and that's going to happen early tomorrow morning and then go down as well. So much less potential for flooding down around the Northport area, certainly. And even in Venice, it's looking brighter today. And then the Peace River near Arcadia already crested. Well, you'll crest on Thursday at about 18.4, but that's only going to be a rise of an inch or two. And then everything starts tapering off as well. So good news there. And then the Myakka at Rye Bridge, not an issue. You've already crested. You're well on the way to heading back toward the normal. And then at Myakka Head, also not an issue. You're well below the main flood stage that you had earlier in the week. Also near Arcadia, Horse Creek, not a big issue here either, already on the way back down. So one area left to get out of the woods, and then everything is looking pretty nice around here. 84 degrees the air temperature, dew point coming in at 74, feeling a little sticky out there. One area of clouds and showers down to the south will dissipate before it makes it close to us. And we are left with a fairly decent day today. I think a lot of sunshine out there. The only downside to today's weather, it's going to be hotter. And for those without air conditioning, well, it's going to be a little more humid as well. We also don't have that strong wind that we had yesterday that kind of stirred things up and, made it a little bit easier. We had a nice balmy breeze that often makes it more comfortable, especially coming in off those now cooler Gulf waters since we had that little upwelling situation with Irma. But today, winds will be out of the southeast, and so we won't have that effect either. The combination of all those factors will bring us to a temperature that's more seasonable for this time of year, which is closer to the 89-degree mark. We still have, of course, Jose out there, high pressure to the north of that, kind of trying to build in, bringing in some drier air and removing our rain chance for today. That rain chance will be coming back as early as tomorrow. So mostly sunny, nice afternoon, and then those winds have kind of slackened just a little bit, making it feel more comfortable. There is Jose. Jose, as I mentioned, about 1,000 miles away from us in the state of Florida. And all forecast tracks continue to take it toward Florida and then right back out into open waters of the Atlantic. So excellent news there. That continues to be the case. Forecast calls for a southwest wind at 5. Should be pretty smooth on bay and inland waters. And the rest of the week, chance of showers and warm. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. President Trump is making his way towards Florida. Late this morning, he tweeted that he will be traveling to our state tomorrow. The president says he will meet with the Coast Guard, FEMA, and first responders. He has not yet announced where in Florida he will be visiting, though. Hurricane Irma created plenty of extra yard work and cleanup for many of us here on the Suncoast, and now that debris is piling up on our curbs, and garbage and recycling pickup schedules are running behind. ABC 7's Linda Carson is live with when we can expect some cleanup help. Hey, Linda.
Oh, Jacqueline, aren't you sick of looking at that mess? But that mess will soon be gone. Good news for the residents of Sarasota County. The regular scheduled pickups begin again today. And those regular scheduled pickups also start in the city of Venice and the city of Northport today. Manatee County already went back to their regular schedule. Tomorrow's the big day for the city of Sarasota. They start regular garbage pickups tomorrow, and they will be going back to their regular day. So if you have Thursday pickup, tomorrow's your day. Friday pickup the next day. Those of us who had pickup earlier this week and got missed, just our hard luck. They'll pick our garbage up next week on our regularly scheduled day. Now, they're not going to pick up any yard waste in the city of Sarasota. That will be picked up next week along with the storm debris.
What we ask is that you put your damaged debris out in front in the right-of-way, very similar that you would do with your trash or recycling. All we ask is that you keep it away from your garbage and your recycling. We don't want any of your storm-damaged debris commingled with what would be normally picked up.
And you also don't want to put it in front of a fire hydrant or your mailbox or park in front of somebody else's storm debris. That makes it hard to pick up. And don't let it get into the street, because if it does and we have a hard rain, it can go into the sewers and cause some flooding. And we've had enough problems with the weather. We just want to get back to normal now, right? Back to you guys.
All right, certainly we all do. Thank you so much, Linda. Irma is proving to be very costly to the state of Florida, already $250 million so far. The final tally could surpass the amount spent on Hurricane Matthew last year. Molly Hunter is in Naples, one of the many areas beginning a very expensive rebuilding process.
For the first time, residents of the Florida Keys headed back to see what's left of their homes. Down the South Dixie Highway, passing police checkpoints to this tiny island where 90% of homes are either destroyed or damaged.
It was hell. You didn't know if you were going to make it or not.
The National Guard surveying from the air, whole neighborhoods obliterated, houses completely flattened. The Keys is 112 miles long, but officials only allowing residents into the first 33 miles.
I have dogs, and I can't get to my house.
Elsewhere in Florida, without air conditioning, a deadly situation at this nursing home in Hollywood, Florida. At least 5 people have died.
At this time, they may be related to the loss of power and the storm. It's a sad event.
Millions in this state still have no power, and for some, no running water.
No power, no nothing, no internet, no TV, no bath.
Repair crews from 30 states and Canada working around the clock. We saw them at all hours here in Naples.
Our Army of Restoration Workers, which now numbers 20,000, is hard at work.
But there is also serious danger for residents relying on generators. In Bonita Springs, near here, 20 people were taken to the hospital for possible carbon monoxide poisoning.
There was a generator running at that residence when they did call. They were instructed to turn it off.
And in Orlando, a generator inside a garage killed 3 members of a family, and 4 others are still in the hospital. Now, it's unbearably hot and sticky. It's September in Florida, and nearly 4 million customers across the state are still without power. Officials are stressing, though, if you're going to use a generator, you must put that generator outside the house to stay safe. Molly Hunter, ABC News, Naples, Florida.
Well, community members are also getting together to help each other in wake of Irma's disaster, and many across the state are still in need. We'll tell you how you can do your part when we come back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Operating hours today at all of its donor centers, but they're now facing a new shortage of their own. The blood bank has been unable to collect blood and platelets since September 8th, leaving the community blood supply dangerously low. Now, many are asking how they can help with Irma recovery efforts, and Suncoast Blood Bank says platelets, which only last for 5 days, are critical at this time. All blood types, especially O negative, are also needed. And Bayside Community Church is rounding up volunteers to serve communities affected by Hurricane Irma. More than 300 volunteers are participating in the cleanup of debris, water, food, and infant supply distribution. Bayside will continue rallying volunteer groups to serve Manatee, Sarasota, and Hardee counties, as well as Fort Myers. Bayside has set up 3 relief points at its East Bradenton, East Sarasota, and Hardee County campuses. They will be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. through Friday of this week, offering people a place to bring donations as well as receive supplies. And teachers, staff, and former students gathered at Wakeland Elementary School in Bradenton this morning to clean up their school. The campus was covered in tree branches and a lot of other debris following Hurricane Irma. The cleanup was a lesson in community members coming together, but luckily no damage was reported to the school structure. However, the building is still without power. And here's a story you definitely don't want to miss. It is the ultimate Irma sleepover. Dozens of foster kids who were spending the past few nights in a hurricane shelter are now kicking back in a 27,000 square foot mansion. In fact, 70 kids are now staying in Mark and Jennifer Bell's $30 million mansion, and they're living it up in their special game room. There's something for every child here, whether it be TV, dolls, or games like pool, air hockey, or vintage arcade games.
Wow. It was definitely, but it's more of they're so grateful just for people opening up their homes.
Well, last night the children were introduced to the Star Trek home theater room. Pretty cool, right? Some of them actually will sleep there in the theater lobby among all the other memorabilia. Well, power crews are working 24/7 to get the lights back on. We'll check in on their progress straight ahead. Plus, one of the millions of Florida evacuees now preparing to come home is this 90-year-old woman. But unlike many people, she's traveling all by herself.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan? Are you sure? Many people with Medicare are eligible for plans that include extra benefits in addition to those found in original Medicare. Benefits like dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free with no obligation to enroll. In addition to hospital and medical coverage, at no extra cost, you could also get coverage for prescription drugs, dental, hearing, vision, and more. In many areas, plans with benefits are available with $0 copays for many services, $0 monthly premiums, or $0 deductibles. That's hospital, medical, prescription drug, dental coverage, and more included in one plan with premiums that may be as low as $0 a month. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll.
Call 1-800-620-2254. That's 1-800-620-2254.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Many Floridians are returning to the state today after evacuating ahead of Hurricane Irma. More gas stations now have fuel, but many are concerned about traffic. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from an area off of I-75 to share what evacuees can expect as they travel back home. Good afternoon, Erica.
Good afternoon, Jacqueline. Right now, I'm at the mobile gas station off University Parkway, just east of I-75, and this is considered a priority gas station for restocking fuel. At this time yesterday, there was no gas in stock here. You can see there's cars lined up because they're refueling their tanks. They're filling them up. Right now, they have regular in stock, and a lot of drivers are delaying their return to the Suncoast because of a gas shortage across the state. But more ports around the state are now open, and millions of gallons of gas are coming in through Port Tampa today, which will be delivered to gas stations across Florida. Florida Highway Patrol has 20 troopers dedicated to fuel escorts from these different ports. The Florida Department of Transportation has already assessed major highways for damage. FDOT is working with Google's emergency response team to reflect damage and closed roads through Google Maps. I spoke to one evacuee who recently returned to the Suncoast. He's back here in Sarasota, and he tells us about the conditions that he faced during his drive back yesterday.
The return back wasn't too bad. We were in Carolina. We left just as the storm downgraded from a Category 1 to a tropical storm. We were driving through Georgia. It was pretty sketchy. It was real windy. Trees were falling around, and traffic was really bad. There was no gas probably for 280 miles to Florida, and then once we got into Florida, there was no gas at all.
And some good news for those Floridians returning. As I just mentioned, fuel is getting restocked. They now have some here at the mobile gas station off University Parkway. Regarding traffic, though, I have heard from some drivers that around this area, University Parkway, State Road 70, there isn't too much backup on I-75. But those drivers that are still leaving Georgia, heading back to Florida, they say that's an area where there is a lot of traffic. So if you're watching us on your mobile phone, or if you have a family member that's still traveling back, if you want to give them that update and let them know what they can expect on their journey home. Reporting live in Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Erica. Now the cleanup here on the Suncoast continues following Hurricane Irma's powerful winds and rain, and many neighborhoods are still dealing with the aftermath. One of those neighborhoods is on 3rd Avenue Northwest in Bradenton. Uprooted trees and down power lines can be seen up and down the street, and many residents are without power. Even a cemetery behind the homes has a coffin coming out of the ground after the gravesite was struck by a big tree. Irma and its aftermath has made life challenging for many people living across the Suncoast.
I was on the back lanai letting the dogs out, and just as soon as I come in the house, the neighbor's tree fell on the lanai right where I was sitting.
Don't sign anything. There are unlicensed contractors out there, and you're vulnerable right now. You are in a panic mode. Your most precious asset you're ever going to invest in is in a dire straits. So call your insurance company, or even better yet, call the state.
FPL officials say they are working as fast as they can. They tell us power may not be up in some places, however, across the county until September 22nd. Now, one of the largest power outages in U.S. history still has more than 100,000 Suncoast residents in the dark this afternoon. And the dark traffic signals are also causing problems on the roadways. Our Jess Dowdrick joins us live with more on FP&L's efforts this morning. Hello, Jess.
Good afternoon, Jacqueline. Unfortunately, what you're seeing behind me, the dark traffic lights, it's a very common scene still here on the Suncoast, even 3 days after Hurricane Irma hit our area. But police crews are putting up these temporary stop signs to remind people that when you come to a traffic light that is not working, that you use it as a four-way stop, regardless of whether or not these temporary signs are in place. Now, if you don't already know, here's what you should be doing. First, come to a complete stop at any and all of these non-working signals. Then the driver who arrived first should go first. If two drivers stop next to one another at the same time, the driver on the right has the right-of-way. If drivers stop across from one another at the same time, the driver going straight through the intersection has the right-of-way. Now, if you think it's your turn, creep forward slowly. If no one else moves, go ahead and proceed through the light. Of course, scan traffic and be vigilant as you move through the intersection. Sarasota Police Department already responding to several accidents because of the dark lights.
Just be mindful of that the traffic lights may come and go. You know, power's not fully back on yet. And so we really want to encourage you that if you come across a traffic signal that's not working, make sure to treat it as a four-way stop.
Here are the latest power outage numbers as of this morning at 11 a.m. Sarasota County still with 84,000 power outages, and Manatee County with another 58,000. Now, there are about 1,000 crews on the Suncoast working to restore power. FPL is hoping to have everyone's power restored sooner rather than later, but they say it may take up to 9 more days. Jacqueline.
All right, thank you so much, Jess. John, I am one of those 84,000 people that does not have power at the current moment. I have been checking my phone for constant updates and still nothing.
Yeah.
No, it's going to take a while,
I
but
know.
they're promising everybody by the 22nd, right? Is that right?
Yes,
So that's,
yes, on the west coast of Florida.
I guess if that's a worst case scenario, that's not that terribly bad.
I
But
know.
I'm just, you just get concerned about, the elderly and those who may really need the air conditioning. It's a tough road for them, little
Yeah.
babies and infants and things.
Right.
Tough.
Sometimes that heat especially the heat can get really hot in your home without the air conditioning working, and it doesn't look like it's going to be too great today either.
No, it really doesn't. It's going to be another warm. In fact, warmer than it was yesterday.
Oh,
the Van Wezel webcam put into motion shows only a few scattered clouds around, nothing really heavy. And so, I don't think there's going to be a lot to block the sun. Maybe there's a storm system down to our south out in Gulf waters that's going to bring some cloudiness around. So maybe that, you can see it down there, maybe that will be enough to help block out some of the sun, but that's really wishing, I think. Most of that's going to be down to the south. It's going to be inland, and it's going to dissipate for the most part before getting to us. We have some dry air over us, and that's going to limit even our rain chances. It'd be nice to get a good rain around here in order to break the heat, but on the other hand, there's still a lot of people doing outside work, doing cleanup and repairs and such. So, yeah. In any event, we're looking at a better chance of rainfall tomorrow. I'll talk about that in just a few.
All right, thank you so much, John. Now, a running generator likely killed 3 family members at an Orange County home left powerless from Hurricane Irma. 2 were found dead inside on Tuesday, and 1 person was able to make it outside but did collapse and die. And all 7 people were inside the home when a child called 911 for help. Investigators say it was a generator that was left running in the home that built up carbon monoxide.
It's probably in there right now. I do not know what state that generator is in, if it's out of gas or where it is, but apparently it was running, and it was running inside the house at some point, either during the night or during the day today.
4 others were also found passed out inside the house, and they were rushed to the hospital. Well, among the millions forced from their homes in Florida is one 90-year-old woman who drove her RV to Alabama all alone. Patrick Thomas talked with her about the long journey.
I was going to leave before it got any kind of evacuation. I didn't know if I was going to have electricity. Here I have everything,
Estrelita Izquierdo made the 800-plus mile drive from Homestead, Florida alone.
Okay.
Besides only having a catch, she kept looking back during her drive for another passenger.
Once I got on the highway, I thought, I think I'll put on the radio. And I put on the radio, and I turned around and I said, "Did I wake you up?" I felt like he was there with me. There's my husband over there. Can you see it?
Estrelita says it's been 3 years since Raul's death. The couple of 64 years did everything from run a dance company together to being sports massage therapists.
Worked at the Olympics and Goodwill Games and Pan Am Games.
Eventually earning induction into the Massage Therapy Hall of Fame. Thinking about his physical absence is tough.
And why is it so emotional for you?
Because I loved him very much. We were one person. We worked together and we were never separated.
Knowing that her big family of 7 grandchildren and 15 great-grandchildren keep checking in.
Sure, I'm still breathing. Well, when you get to be old, people think about that.
But when she does return home, she says Raul will be there again.
In the chair with me the whole trip, it was very emotional.
Well, Izquierdo says she doesn't have a timetable for when she will go home, but she does say her fridge is fully stocked. Well, John's back in just a few minutes with a check on your forecast, but plus we'll have trash and debris are piling up after the storms, and now crews are beginning the hard work of hauling it away. We'll have that story when we come back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
You know, a lot of people have seen their trees come down and are wondering what they can do about them. Well, here's some ideas. The University of Florida, the IFAS school there, which is a magnificent agricultural school, put together some research that found a couple of particular species of trees which do better in hurricanes. The sand live oaks, the southern live oaks, the bald cypress, the crepe myrtle, all tend to stand up better against hurricane winds. So if you have to replant, you may consider one of those trees. Just make sure you plant it far enough away from the house that should it tumble, it wouldn't hit the roof. So the maximum height of the tree should be at least the distance the tree is from the house. 84 degrees the air temperature, dew point 74. Plenty of sunshine out there and fair weather skies. Some cloudiness and showers down to the south, but those should dissipate before making it too close to our shores or move in toward Fort Myers. Otherwise, rain-free skies across the region should continue today. A nice southeasterly wind around an area of high pressure. Jose, a hurricane, is going to do a crazy loop-to-loop kind of motion before returning out into the open waters of the Atlantic, where it'll fizzle out. For us, this wind will continue and provide us with some mostly sunny skies, a nice afternoon, but a warmer afternoon. And the winds, by the way, have slackened just a little bit, so we won't get that night breeze. As I mentioned, Jose on a forecast track that kind of makes it do a loop-de-loop and then takes it up out into the open waters of the Atlantic, so that's really good to see. Forecast for us looks like this. We'll have a southwest wind at about 5 knots. Should be a nice day for boating. In fact, if you don't have air conditioning, I would say boating would be an ideal choice. 2-foot seas, smooth conditions on your bay and inland waters. Just a couple of tides, a 2:33 low tide, high tide 9:45, and another low tide after midnight at 12:49. And the forecast calls for some sunny skies today, but better chances of rain over the next few days. And you know, we talked earlier about that flooding that we're having on some of our rivers and streams. We have on the phone with us now one lady who is encountering just that situation. Miranda Powell, who lives in Hardee County, is stranded, isolated. Hi, Miranda.
Hey.
How are you doing?
We're trying to get by.
So tell us your situation.
Well, the hurricane came through and it washed out the road, the only way out of our little community. So
how many of you residents are stranded
right
there?
Now. Are you there?
Yes. How many of you residents are stranded in that community?
There's past the washout at least 15 families that are stranded.
15 homes stranded. So what happens if there's a medical emergency?
We had a fire department personnel come out earlier this morning, and they wanted to issue a mandatory evacuation since they are unable to get to any of the residents back here. But we told them that they'd have a hard time getting any of the residents to actually leave their homes. So they are.
So you're hoping for the best.
They told us if we would be able to get them to the end of the road somehow on 66,
Oh my
then
goodness.
they would be able to get to them that way. But right now we're just trying to get our road fixed so we can get traffic across it.
So what do the conditions look like outside of your house? I mean, we're seeing some of the pictures, but what about towards where your actual house is?
Well, the area is generally a dry area, so we were really surprised when we had the washouts and everything. But around the houses, most of them are dry. Some of them, they look like they're sitting on a lake, like a houseboat or something.
Oh goodness.
But,
Well, Miranda,
most
we
of the-
wish you the best of luck. We hope the rivers are receding. You're near Zolfo Springs, and that river is on the way down. So hopefully, your condition will improve. Thank you for
Hopefully
joining
soon,
us
yes,
today,
sir.
Miranda.
Thank you, you too.
Oh man, I could
Tough
not even
situation.
imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do in that kind of situation, as you mentioned, if there's a medical emergency?
She was telling me earlier that they actually had gone out in some of those floodwaters to see how the road was underneath, and in some places the road has been washed away to a depth of 8 feet.
Oh my goodness.
So after the floodwaters recede, now they have to figure out how to fill an 8-foot hole.
Of course. All right, well, as people are cleaning up, and garbage is becoming a big topic on many people's minds, but the debris is not going anywhere at the current moment. Sarasota and Manatee County homeowners are also running into issues with their perishable foods. ABC 7's Linda Carson has more on what people on the Suncoast need to know. Good afternoon, Linda.
Good afternoon. Good news for people in Sarasota County, Jacqueline. In Sarasota County, they start their regular garbage pickup today. The same thing in Venice and in Northport. Manatee County's already back on schedule. Tomorrow, the city of Sarasota starts its regular garbage and recyclable pickups. Now, Manatee is saying you must put your garbage inside the cart. They won't take any garbage outside the cart. But the city of Sarasota says they will take extra bags of garbage if you need to get them out there. Just stack them beside your container.
We're going to allow for people that have the overlap that they didn't get collected on Monday to be able to put that out, because we're gathering they're going to have extra waste from having that delay in time for collection.
And storm debris and yard waste will be collected starting next week. Also, if you'd like to take that storm debris to the landfill, they're waiving their fee through September 23rd. So things are getting a lot better out here, Jacqueline.
All right, thank you so much, Linda. When it comes to neighbors helping neighbors, it does not get much better than this. A nun in full habit wielding a chainsaw and getting the job done.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
When you want to get away from it all,
to a place where you can do everything or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Well, many people want to help clean up after Hurricane Irma, but take a look at this video of Sister Margaret Ann cleaning up debris in Miami. If you take a look, she is cutting down a tree with a chainsaw, so good for her for helping out.
I'm impressed.
Well, we'll be back at 4 for a special edition of ABC 7 News. We'll see you then.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.